Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Michael Friedberg again. I'm kind of a watch expert, but I'm really a watch collector. I just love watches. And for more than 2 decades, I've been collecting watches and also working even part-time with a major Swiss company relative to watches. And I like to think I've been there and done that and seen everything. I remember when Parmigiani first came out. I saw it in an Italian magazine in the 1990s, and I was very impressed by what Michel Parmigiani was doing. He really was a restorer of fine timepieces, music boxes, automatons such as singing birds, but he also, with the support of the Sandoz Foundation, established a watch company, Parmigiani, or Parmigiani Fleurier, because it's in Fleurier in Switzerland, in the Jura region, the heart of Swiss watchmaking. And then, about 10 or 15 years later, I was invited by Parmigiani to see their production facilities. They own a series of different factories to produce watches for them and for many other companies in the Swiss watch industry. They have a movement manufacturer, Voicher, and they produce for several major brands. They even have a company producing the screws and the bolts. But above all else, I just like their watches and their independence. And I also think Michel Parmigiani is a really good guy. But for some reason, the watches didn't take off as well as they could have for a long time. And they brought in a guy who used to be the head of a Bulgari watch company, and he changed them around. And he came 3 or 4 years ago to Parmigiani, and he created a new line of watches called the PF watches, the Parmigiani PF. And if I'm in love with Parmigiani PF. I first saw one in Asia, the PF, and it's identical to this watch, except it was in steel. Actually, it was in 2 sizes. The larger size is this size, it's 40 millimeters, and has a micro rotor, and is one of the thinnest sports watches made. He also has a 36 millimeter one with little diamonds by the markers. But above all else, there's discretion here. If there was ever a watch that reflects the maxim, less is more, this watch is it. Everything is perfectly understated. And everything is perfect. The dial has guilloche and a very intricate design, but you can't see it from a distance. The markers are discreet and small. The watch is very thin. I bought one literally contacting Exquisite Timepieces from a ship in the South China Seas and said, do you have this in stock? Because nobody had the PF steel Tonda in stock. One of the fellows here said, yes, I have one. And I said, consider it sold. And I love the watch. I should tell you, I like steel bracelet watches. I like gold bracelet watches too, but it's a lot of gold for a guy like me. But I also, I've had many fine watches, and as a steel sports watch that can be dressy, in my opinion, and I hesitate to say it, it does better than the Audemars Royal Oak and better than the Patek Nautilus. The movement is every bit as fine. In fact, I believe the movement is as well finished, if not better finished. In addition, the watch is thinner, and that requires skill to create the finesse and the accuracy. I should tell you that I think Parmigiani Fleurier today, with its PF line, is doing better than any other watch company in the world in terms of what they're making. They're not inexpensive, but I would rather have this than a Royal Oak. I would rather have this than a Patek. because I just think it's a gorgeous watch. And it's not just a pretty face. It's a pretty face and a sound body. And it reflects everything good about Swiss watchmaking. It reflects heritage. It reflects understatement. Great watch.